Hello folks, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the camera that actually started all this journey with Lumix. And interestingly, I never really talked about that camera, weirdly, except maybe in a couple of videos, which is not the Lumix S5 Mark IIX or the Lumix X5, which started all of this journey with Lumix after I switched to Lumix from Canon. But yeah, hope you're taking good care of yourself. This is going to be a really cool chat to have. You're going to get to see some footage that I shot of a short movie and some footage that another cinematographer shot of my short movie that I actually published last week. So you can go watch it at the end of this video. I will link it so you can go watch it if you haven't seen it. And the camera is the PANASONIC EVA-1 actually. So I got to use it for a couple of projects, and another cinematographer used it on my project too. But let's have a little bit of a backstory on how I got to use it, right? So about 4 years ago, I was selected among 8 people for an intensive filmmaking course, which was created by Errol Mintas, which is an amazing director from Kurdistan. And it's not easy to get in there because there is quite a cool selection system going on between teachers and staff, and there are like plenty of people that apply, and then only 8 get selected, and I was lucky enough to be one of them, and that changed completely my life. And you get to study basically everything from directing to script writing to cinematography to editing, color grading. Like, you have an intensive course of 1.5 years where you're gonna basically study with professionals in the industry. And I'm so bummed because my directing teacher was actually Ali Sarpalo, which was almost got to the Oscars with Girls Pictures, but she didn't get, unfortunately, there. But she won a lot of prizes, like at Sundance, and then she got in many other festivals all around the world. So just to explain you how cool this place was for me. And that's where kind of I started everything, because I didn't want to go to the traditional filming school and stuff like that, but that will be for another video. Let's get straight into how I got to use this camera, right? So we basically do all of this for 1.5 years, and you get to graduate with a short movie, right? That you write, co-produce, and direct. And then at the same time, is like all the students get to direct and co-produce like their own films, and then among us, each one is gonna have like all the roles that you can have in filmmaking, right? So you're gonna be the cinematographer of someone else's movie, you're gonna be the gaffer of someone else's movie, and so on for all the roles. If you don't know the exactly name, the gaffer is basically the person who takes care of the lighting, the cinematographer, the person that operates and takes care of the cinematography, so the camera and the shooting and so on. And that was so cool. So I got to direct my own short movie, which I actually posted last week, so you can go to see it. That was shot on the Lumix or the PANASONIC EVA-1. And then I got to shoot another project with it, which it was another short movie, which won a lot of prizes. Actually, I have to be sincere. I was pretty proud of this movie because it was really like close to me, even though I wasn't the one who directed it or wrote it. But it calls Conference of Birds, and it talks about migration of birds, and it's quite super interesting as a thing. But in any case, all of these films were shot with the PANASONIC EVA-1, and when I saw the images, the beauty that this sensor had and it produces, I was just blown away, because at that time I was shooting on a Canon R6, and then the Blackmagic the Blackmagic 6K. Oh God, I have to start again. The Blackmagic Cinema Pocket 6K Pro. Yes, we made it. And I love the image of the Blackmagic cameras. I think they are one of the best and the most beautiful image that you can find on a cinema camera. But when I was shooting and when I saw the footage from the EVA one, I was just like, damn, this is freaking beautiful. And the file sizes coming out of it were so small for the amount of like detail that it came out of it. The vlog was just astonishing. It was beautiful coming out of it. While I'm talking, you will see a lot of footages on the screen too. And that's where I decided to Google more about, you know, Lumix and Panasonic, the history and stuff like that, because I wasn't one of the people who was lucky enough to discover Panasonic so early on, or the Panasonic camera so early on, except of course the GH lineup. But I'm talking about mostly like the full frame lineup, so the S lineup, until I think until later. So when I came across the S5, I was like, yes, you're gonna be my companion. So I sold my R6, I sold all my RF glasses that I had, which, damn, it cost a lot to have those lenses. So to sell them like that, it was pretty hurtful, because you never get them to sell them to the price that you actually bought them. And we all know that until like 2 years ago, RF glasses were super expensive. And I'm talking about the 24 to 70, and then I have the 70 to 200, and then I have the 16 to 35. So, no, 15 to 35. So I had basically the whole trinity, but whatever, that's gone. I passed the Lumix and there it is with the Panasonic EVA 1. So then I got into the Lumix system, where I bought the S5, and then I switched completely. So I was just using the S5 for everything that I was doing while I was building my company, and which I'm still building. It is not maybe huge, but I'm doing pretty cool projects when they come around. Of course, it's not my primary job, I have to be sincere, but I work a lot on that perspective too. And what kind of surprised me the most is how Panasonic actually didn't reuse that sensor anymore, because that sensor is a lot. It's so good. Like, dynamic ranging wise, it's amazing. Image wise, it's mind-blowing. So I'm so surprised, like, why they didn't reuse this Super 35 sensor in maybe a more smaller compact camera, like, I don't know, the S5 Mark II, for example, and create like a Super 35 or APS-C sensor by using this sensor. Okay, APS-C and Super 35 are almost more or less like the same. If you go in Canon, the crop factor is going to be 1.6, and all the other ones, crop factors are 1.5. So Super 35, it's 1.5 of crop. So I don't think there will have been any type of issue. I mean, look at Sony. Sony has the same sensor of the A7S III in the FX3 and in the FX6, and then of course in, what was it, the vlogging camera, the EV1, I think it is. So yeah, like, Panasonic could have literally just used the sensor of the EVA 1 to build a totally newer lineup, a more consumer-friendly lineup, right? But they never did. And that sensor is so good. Like, it shoots up to 5.7K. Like, I have it here in front of me, and it has double native ISO, like 800 and 2500. And it's so good. And you can even live stream with this one. And that's, I think, is the most popular, I have to say. Maybe cinema camera, which is kind of on the affordable side, because then we know Panasonic has the VariCam Pure, the VariCam 35, and the VariCam LT, which are almost kind of the same cameras, but the VariCam Pure has a raw recording, so internally, so that's actually a cool thing. And the EVA is has the capability of recording externally through the SDI with in my case the Blackmagic Video Assist, or ProRes RAW through the Ninja. So there are so many possibilities out there, and I hope Panasonic will actually reuse, maybe not this sensor because now it's pretty old, but in any case, like in the future, bring out a camera with the Super 35 sensor, like in a smaller body. I mean, you have the sensor, use it. Like it might be old, but it's still pretty beautiful image-wise, so use it. Everyone does it. Like every company here reuses a lot of the sensors that they have. Canon has reused the 1DX lineup of sensors in the R6, for example. Sony, I just mentioned some, but Sony does it all the time. So it wouldn't be weird, especially for a sensor like this. And I'm saying it shoots natively 5.7K and oversampled too. And it has plenty of flavor. So this is the camera that made me switch to Lumix, because of the beautiful image that they are able to produce with their cameras. Like the S5IIX is my go-to camera for my professional work because it has amazing and beautiful image. Like, I mean, I'm shooting on it right now, okay? And look how beautiful all the image looks, right? Which is not, we cannot take it for granted, because not many cameras can have this kind of beautiful image like natively, just like that. Many cameras require a lot of color grading to get it to be an image that you even want, while these Lumix cameras don't. I mean, now I'm using the real-time LUT with my own LUT baked in it, and what I've did in my own LUT, it's just popping up a little bit everything, but I didn't do any crazy thing. So yeah, this was a chit chat of a thing, as I said earlier. I hope you enjoyed some of the footages. So here I will put my short movie if you want to go see it, and then down here YouTube will suggest you what you could watch. So thank you guys for sticking here with me and hearing me blabbering for about 10 minutes, so not that much, but take good care of yourself and hope you are feeling well. Stay blessed, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.